Hi, Kevin here from aquastarcreative.com. Today I'm going to show you how to create this pizzeria logo for a fictional company called Slice House. It's a perfect tutorial for beginners, so if you are ready, let's get started. Click on New File. Click on the Print presets. Select Letter. Name the file Slice House Logo. In the drop-down box, change millimeters to inches. Change the orientation to landscape. Under the advanced options, let's keep the colour mode CMYK and 300 ppi. Now press Create. Before we start designing, let's save our document. Go to File, Save and call it Slice House Logo. Choose your folder destination, then hit Save. Go to View and make sure Smart Guides are turned on. If they aren't, then please do so. The Smart Guides will help you be more precise when we draw and align the artwork. Turn off the stroke. Double click on the main colour fill and enter F05E24. Select the rectangle tool from your tools panel or press M on your keyboard. Draw in a rectangle to cover the full artboard. Go to your layers panel, double click on the layer and rename it Background. Let's lock the layer so that we don't accidentally move it. Click on Create a new layer. Name it Pizza Logo. So let's go back to the colour picker and enter D9A, D5A. Press OK. We still have the rectangle tool selected, so let's draw in our pizza crust. Create a similar size shape to me. Select your direct selection tool or press A on your keyboard. You will notice in each corner of the rectangle these corner radius widgets. Click on any one of these and drag inwards to create curved corners. Click and hold on the rectangle tool. A menu will appear displaying various other shape options. Select the polygon tool. Hold in Shift and draw in a polygon similar to me. I will just reposition the shape by pulling the center widget. On the right side of the polygon, pull on this little widget up the way to the number 3, which will turn the shape into a triangle. Go to one of the corners. While holding Shift, rotate the triangle so that the point is now at the bottom. Hold in Shift and resize the triangle to your liking. Move the triangle up by pulling on the center widget and make sure it overlaps with the crust section. You will notice your Smart Guides helping you align the graphic. I'm just going to make mine slightly bigger again. Go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. Go to the Tools panel and select the Direct Selection tool or press A on your keyboard. Now let's click on the tip of the triangle. Hold in Shift and drag down to create a more realistic looking pizza slice. Go to your colour picker and change the pizza base colour to FFDB80. Go to the Tools panel and select the Selection tool or press V on your keyboard. Drag over the two shapes. Go to one of the corners and let's rotate it. Go to the Tools panel and click and hold on the Polygon tool to bring up the options again and select the Ellipse tool. We are going to create some toppings using some basic shapes, but feel free to be as adventurous as you like. Hold in Shift and drag to create a circle. Press V to activate the selection tool, then press Ctrl or Command C to make a copy of the ellipse, followed by Ctrl or Command V to paste it. I will just drag this over. Hold Shift and drag one of the endpoints to make the ellipse smaller. Place it on top of the original circle and make sure the smaller one is in the centre. Drag over both shapes to select them. Go to the Properties panel on the right and under the Pathfinder option, click on Minus Front. We have created an olive. Let's place a few of these on the pizza base. I will place the first one around here. Pull on one of the corners to resize it. Press Ctrl or Command C to copy, followed by Ctrl or Command V to paste it. Repeat that step for a third time. Go to the color picker and input 13A980. Click and hold on the ellipse tool and then select the rectangle tool from the options. Drag in a small rectangle. This can act as a paper. Drag it by the center widget onto the pizza base. Rotate it by going to one of the corner points. Feel free to position the toppings where you want. Press V for your selection tool. As before, press Ctrl or Command C, then Ctrl or Command V to make a copy. Drag it to your desired location and use one of the corner points to rotate it. Click on your artboard to deselect. Go to your color picker and input F05E24. This is the same color as our background. Click and hold on the rectangle tool and select the ellipse tool. Hold in Shift and draw in some pepperoni. I'm just going to press V for my selection tool and then I'm going to reposition some of these toppings. Go back and select the pepperoni. Press Ctrl or Command C, then Ctrl or Command V to copy it. Reposition it, then repeat that step to make a third. Excellent. I'm just going to click on the crust as I feel that should be thicker. Drag on the middle point and pull it to make it wider. Select the eyedropper tool and click on the main pizza base colour. Click and hold on the ellipse tool and select the rectangle tool. From the tip of the pizza, draw in a rectangle. Go to Edit, Copy. Go back to Edit, then Paste in Front. We now have a copy of that rectangle on top of it. Select your selection tool from the Tools panel or press V. Go to one of the corner points. While holding Shift, rotate it so that it's vertical. Drag it into position. I'm going to pull the bottom point to make it longer. Go to Edit, Copy, back to Edit, then Paste in Front. Drag the vertical copy to the right. Go to the bottom point and make this shape smaller. I'll go back to the horizontal rectangle and make this smaller as well. I want to turn these three shapes into one, so drag over them. Go to your Shape Builder tool in the Tools panel or press Shift and M. Simply draw a line through the shapes and they will combine. Select the Direct Selection tool. Drag across the bottom point of your shapes. Pull one of the corner widgets up, which will round the bottom corners. Now let's drag across the middle point of the shape. Pull the left widget up to curve this middle section. Go to the top right hand corner of the shape. It's hard to see as the text is in magenta, but when you see the word anchor appear, when you hover over the corner, pull it to connect to the pizza above. Perfect. So that's our pizza completed. Go to your Layers panel. Lock the layer and click on the eye to hide it for now. Click on Create a new layer. I will just name this layer Slice House. Go to the Tools panel and select the Type tool or press T on your keyboard. Click anywhere on the artboard to bring up this lorem ipsum text. Type in Slice House. Highlight the text. Go to the Character panel. I'm going to use this Leak Gothic font. You can get this font from fonts.adobe.com as it is part of your subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. I'm going to make the sizing 154 points. Make the tracking 126. Activate the Selection tool, then click on both the horizontal and vertical Align Center buttons. Change the text fill to white in the Appearance panel. Press Ctrl or Command R on your keyboard to activate the ruler. From the top, drag a guide down so that it's located in the middle of the text. Make sure your text is selected. Go to Type, then Create Outlines. Our text is now a group of shapes. Go back to your Layers panel. Drag that text layer onto the new layer icon to make a copy of it. Temporarily, I'm going to call this layer Top and the other one Bottom. I'm going to lock and hide the bottom layer for now. Make sure the top layer is active. I will close the Layer panel. Select the Rectangle tool. Draw in a rectangle so that it covers the top half of the text, stopping on the guide. Activate the Selection tool. Drag over the text and shape. Go to Window, Pathfinder. Click on the Crop option. Go to the Layers panel. Lock the top layer and hide it. Turn the visibility back on for the bottom layer. Make sure it's now the active layer. Select the Rectangle tool. Better remember to unlock that layer as well. Like before, draw in a rectangle so that the bottom half is covered. Activate the Selection tool and drag over the text and shape. Go to Window, Pathfinder, select the Crop option again. Go to the Layers panel, turn on the visibility of the top layer and unlock it. Click on the bottom layer drop down menu, scroll to the bottom, shift click on these three parts and move them into the trash. Close it. Let's do the same with the top layer. This time you will find two parts that we want to drag to the bin. Close it. Our Selection tool is active, so click on the text at the top. I want to add a gap to our text. Essentially, I want the effect to be as if a pizza cutter has been driven right through our text to cut it. Press Ctrl or Command R to hide your ruler, then Ctrl or Command semicolon to hide the guide. OK, so pull the text up to make a small gap. Then let's move it to the left so that the alignment is slightly off. Drag over all of the text, then press Ctrl or Command G to group it together. Go to your layer panel. Like we did earlier, name this layer Slice House. Drag the bottom layer to the trash as all elements just combined into the layer above. Make sure the Slice House layer is active. Go to the Layers panel, create a new layer. Call this Slogan. Select your type tool or press T on your keyboard. Click anywhere on the artboard. In the character panel, make the size 20 points. Make the tracking 500. Write in Authentic Italian Pizza. Activate the selection tool and click on the horizontal Align Center button. I'll drag that into position. In the Appearance section, I will change the colour fill to white. Select both of the text layers. Pull on one of the corners to make the text smaller. I will position it to the right. Go to the Layers panel. Turn the pizza logo layer visibility back on. Unlock it. I will just click on the circle icon to highlight every shape in that layer. Pull the pizza to the left and position it so that it hangs over the text. I'm just going to pull on one of the corners to make it smaller. Shift click on the circles on the Slogan and Slice House layers to make them both active. I'm going to reposition them. Click anywhere on the artboard to deselect the text. Select the Direct Selection tool from the Tools panel or press A on your keyboard. Drag over the top half of the text. Go to the Eyedropper tool. Click on the crust colour. Select the Direct Selection tool again. Drag over the bottom half of the text. Go to the Eyedropper tool, pick the colour off the main pizza base. The top half is actually too dark for my liking. Activate the Direct Selection tool again and drag over the top half. In the colour picker, input FFF2D2 for an off-white colour. Yeah, that's much better. Click on the Authentic Italian Pizza slogan. Select the Eyedropper tool and let's pick that colour off of the top half of the text. Select the Selection tool. I'm just going to reposition the slogan. Drag over the pizza, text and slogan so that every element is now selected. Press Ctrl or Command G to group everything together. In the Properties panel, click on the horizontal and vertical align buttons to centre the logo. Clean up your Layers panel as all elements will have grouped into the one layer at the very top. I'm Kevin from aquastarcreative.com. Thank you for watching.